Good morning, Year 2, and welcome to your reading lesson. I'm going to share my screen and we'll get started. Right, today is Wednesday and we're going to be carrying on with our Flat Stanley story, but we're going to be reading the next part of our text and then working on our retrieval skill all together. Let's go. So as a little starter today, you're going to decide which of these words, so we've got B-E, so you've got to fill in the sound E to all of these words to make a word, and you've got to decide if it's E-A or E-E that you're going to put in the word, and you're then going to match the words to a picture. So for the first one, B-E, B, which picture is of a bee? So you're going to decide which E it is and then match it to the picture. Pause me now and have a go. Okay, fantastic. So the first one is going to become B-E, okay? So B-E, and we're going to spell it with an E and an E. So we're going to spell it with two E's, E-E, okay? And the picture of a bee is down here in the corner. The next one is leaf, leaf, and we're going to spell it with an E and an A, and the picture of a leaf is over here. Okay, the next one we're going to spell the word feet. Okay, the word feet, and we're going to spell the word feet with an E and an E, and here is our picture of the word feet. And the last one is the word beak, and as you can see over here on the goose, we have got a beak. And we're going to put an E and an A to spell beak. If you've got all of those right, well done. Pause the screen again and have a go at writing me a sentence using these words. Off you go. Okay, well done if you've done that, and remember to send any of your sentences to the email. Now, we're going to be carrying on with our skill to retrieve today, our retrieval skill. We're going to be answering questions by picking up the answers from the text, and we're going to be looking, like we did yesterday, at how and why questions as well. So our steps to success today are we're going to read the question, we're going to find the key word in the question, we're then going to find the keywords in the text, we're going to read around the keywords to find the answer, and then we're going to use our clues to support our reasons as well. To support those reasons, we're going to use the clues to help us and then write the answer as well. Fantastic. Right, next part of our text. So yesterday in our story, we found out that the museum had been having lots of thieves come in and steal the paintings. And Stanley had noticed that the owner of the museum, Mr. Dart, was becoming very gloomy, and he found out that the reason why was because of these thieves coming in and stealing the different pictures. So that's why he was feeling really gloomy, and I read about it in the newspaper and everything like that. So today we're going to carry on and see what's going to happen next. So you can either pause and read by yourself, or you can read with me, however you like. Oh dear, are there no police, no help? Mrs. Lambchop asked. It seems not, said Mr. Lambchop. Listen to what the chief of police told the newspaper. We suspect a gang of sneak thieves. These are the worst kind. Thieves. Can anyone remember what thieves are from our other story we read? Yeah, they're people that steal things, okay? These are the worst kind. They work by sneakery, which makes them very difficult to catch. However, my men and I will keep trying. Meanwhile, I hope people will buy tickets for the policeman's ball and not park their cars where signs say don't. The next morning, Stanley Lambchop heard Mr. Dart talking to his wife in the lift. These sneak thieves work at night, Mr. Dart said. It's very hard for our guards to stay awake when they have been on duty all day. What does duty mean? You're doing your duty. You're doing your job, doing what you have to do, doing what you've been asked to do. And the famous museum is so big we cannot guard every picture at the same time. I fear it is hopeless, hopeless, hopeless. Can everyone remember what hopeless means? When we had the word less in a word, it means it's not that thing. So useless means it's got no use. Hopeless, no hope. Okay, so hopeless, hopeless, hopeless. Suddenly, as if an electric light bulb had lit up in the air above his head, giving out little shooting lines of excitement, Stanley Lambchop had an idea. He told it to Mr. Dart. So he's had an idea. I wonder what his idea could be that's going to help Mr. Dart out. So our first practice question, why were the gang the worst kind? So pause the screen and underline the key words in this question. Okay, well done. So the key words you should have underlined should be gang and worst kind. Okay, and now we're going to go back in our text to where we can find gang. There's gang and there's worst kind. And pause the screen and try and find out why this gang of thieves were the worst kind. Off you go. Write down your answer. Okay, well done. The answer you should have got is, let's read it and see. We suspect a gang, so suspect means we think. We're not 100% sure, but we suspect, we think. A gang of sneak thieves. These are the worst kind. They work by sneakery, isn't really a real word, but it makes sense, which makes them very difficult to catch. So they're the worst kind because they are very difficult to catch. They are very difficult to catch. Okay, next question. How are the men going to catch them? So pause the screen and what are the key words we're going to look for? Okay, well done. So our key words we should be trying to find are going to be men and catch them. Okay, men and catch them. So let's go back in our text and let's find the men and catch. Pause the screen and how will they keep doing? What are they going to keep doing? How are they going to work? What's going to be their method to catch them? Pause and write it down now. Okay, well done if you've done that. Let's read. They work by sneakery, which makes them very difficult to catch. However, my men and I will keep trying. So the answer to is how were the men going to catch them? They were going to keep trying. Okay, fantastic. They were going to keep trying. Well done. Right, now you've got your main task. So you've got some questions that you need to answer about all of these problems, about this issue that's happening at the art museum. So I'm going to read them to you. You can pause the screen, have a go, and then we'll go through the answers together in a moment. So why is it hard for the guards to stay awake? Why does the size of the museum make it hard for the guards? How did Mr. Dart feel about the problems? Why did Stanley feel excited? And how do you think Stanley will solve the problem? And number 5 down here is your own prediction of what you think will happen, of how you think Stanley will solve the problem. So pause the screen now and have a go, and then we'll go through the answers together in a moment. Okay, well done. You should have answered those questions now for me. So the first one is, why is it hard for the guards to stay awake? So the reason it's hard for the guards to stay awake is because they have been on duty all day. So they are on duty all day. So it's hard for them to stay awake at night. Why does the size of the museum make it hard for the guards? Because it is very big. So it's a very big museum. It's hard for the guards because it's very big and they can't watch everything. How did Mr. Dart feel about the problem? He felt hopeless. He had no hope. Okay. Why did Stanley feel excited? Because he had an idea to solve the problem. And I would like to see some of your ideas that you have about how do you think Stanley will solve the problem. So remember to send them to us on our email address. Right, your next little task is to do these 3 question sentences and work out if they're true or false. So the chief of the police said you can park anywhere. The sneak thieves work at lunchtime. Stanley was pleased about his idea. So which ones are true and which ones are false? Off you go. Pause the screen. Okay, well done if you did that. That's fantastic. So the first one, the chief of the police said you can park anywhere. False, because it said, please don't park where you shouldn't, which means there are places where you shouldn't park. The sneak thieves work at lunchtime. False, because they work at night. And Stanley was pleased about his idea is true. He was feeling very excited and he wanted to tell Mr. Dart. Well done if you got all of those answers correct. That is brilliant. Right, the next thing, so it's drawing on a little bit from one of those questions, but can you draw and label what you think will happen next? How will Stanley solve the problem? What's his idea? And how is it going to work out? And then you can send all of your ideas to year2@thepalmeracademy.com. Enjoy the rest of your morning and I'll see you later on. Bye for now.